Greetings, this is Scholar Saunders seeing what's current. First, I have to do a little bit of advertising. My main man Peng with his lifestrongapparel.com. That's LIFESTRONG dot, or excuse me, APPAREL.com. I'll say it again. Lifestrong Apparel, LIFESTRONGAPPAREL.com. There you can find fitness gear. You can find all these CMOS fruit infused products such as elderberry, soursop, mango, pineapple, and blueberry. I've had the blueberry. It's excellent. I tasted it. He brought it straight to my hands. So I appreciate the man. He's doing his thing. Make sure you tell him that the goofy guy Scholar Saunders sent you. Okay. The title of this particular missive is Diddy is Innocent for the Holy Roller Syndrome. It's a Sunday. I have on a different outfit, different from my uniform with the black shirt with the gold tie. So we're just gonna walk it, real smoothly, just like a Sunday afternoon that it is on the East Coast. I don't know where you are in the world, but it's Sunday afternoon, almost Sunday evening. People are, just coming home from church or out shopping or, eating Sunday dinner, around the table. I want to get into this though. Holy Rollers. Stevie Wonder had a song called Jesus Children of America. Or Hello Jesus Children of America, I think is what it was called. Let me make sure. Yeah, Jesus Children of America. And he's talking about holy rollers. Like people profess one thing on Sunday morning, saying they're doing this, that, and the third, and everything's all groovy and gravy. But then, Monday through Saturday night, it's a different tale. It tells a different story. So we have people like T.D. Jakes, and he has a assist. I guess he's like assistant pastor or one of his associates, I should say. His name is Dion. They call him Pastor Dion, and he has said he's gonna stand by his man. He's gonna stand by T.D. Jakes no matter what happens, no matter what the case is. Diddy is innocent. Let's be clear. Diddy's innocent, literally. Now, I want him to be found guilty because he's a compulsive liar. He lied about the Cassie tape. What do you think he's going to lie about with racketeering, trafficking, and prostitution charges? I mean, that's just not part of the deal. And like I said, it's cute. We're making fun, ha ha, hee hee, baby oil, and all these different things, the white parties, all that. That's goofy and funny and cool. But when you get to the real deal, when you have people like T.D. Jakes, a true pimp in the pulpit, and I mean that in every sense of the way. I don't know, literally. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say in every sense of the way. Most of the sense of the way, a pimp in the pulpit. But he has to cling to Jesus. He has to cling to God. He has to cling to the Bible. He has to cling to whatever faith he has. I'm talking about T.D. Jakes and Diddy. They have to cling to their idols that they worship. The whole idea of being a Christian, all of that. They forgive. You can forgive anybody. You forgive anybody if you're a Christian. You forgive somebody on death row. Oh well, I can't approve of. I don't agree with what he did. He bombed the school and killed 350 kids. But Jesus is the only one that can save him. So let him save him at the end of his life. I mean, they do that. That's what happens in America. That's the sad part. That's like they forget and then they forgive. That's the thing. You should never forget. Maybe forgive if it's something forgivable. Some things are unforgivable. Some things are irredeemable. Some things are just irredeemable evils. So we have to be on guard for that. We have to be aware of that. We have to be especially astute to that line of thinking and that line of reality. So Diddy is innocent, literally. He is innocent. But I want to see him go down as not as guilty. I want to see him go down as guilty, and in the long, run of the trial, however long it may take. It's going to be the trial of the century. I said that before. The 21st century is going to be huge. This is going to be tremendous. It's going to be outrageous. So, but the holy rollers, that's what I really want to focus on today. The people that, claim that they love Jesus, love it, and they want to have freak off sessions. Like, I don't have a problem with a freak off session if there's consenting adults doing things that people are capable of doing at a certain age, and if they agree to do it. I don't have any problem with that. If you want to do a freak off session, go ahead. As long as there's no minors and everybody's agreeing with everything. Do it. Do your thing. But if you're a holy roller, if you're a pastor, if you're some deacon, if you're some kind of man of the cloth or woman of the cloth, that's when it gets goofy. Because that's when it's like, well, what did you do to get in indictments and in different lawsuit papers? Why is your name a part of that? I'm looking at you, T.D. Jakes. Why is your name on these lawsuits? That's my question. Why are these holy rollers, these people that claim to be for God, and I'm an atheist, and I disapprove of faith, but I don't disapprove of all the faithful. My father's a minister, so I understand what it's like. I grew up around Christians my whole life. There were probably a few Jews in my high school, and I knew Muslims, but it's these people that claim to be such profound, purveyors of the faith, and they claim to be true religionists. I hate the word religion because a lot of people say religion. Oh, well, that's like a routine. That's like getting up in the morning, brushing your teeth, and putting on your clothes. That's taking a shower, putting on your clothes. That's a religion. You do that religiously. So I'll just say faith. Faith is even stronger. Because Ayn Rand said there's faith and force. Those are destroyers of the modern world. And that's true. Faith and force. That's what's so disgusting about the Middle East, especially. They have faith and force. That's the reason why it's such a terrible situation over there. It's because of that fact. But, holy rollers in this country, especially. Holy rollers in the United States of America. Holy rollers that say, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. In the name of God, I pray to you. I say everything I can to you. You are my one and only. I pray and go down to my knees, and I praise you, and I worship you. Praise and worship is real tonight. That's what they say. They're on their way. They're on their way to saying like that it's excusable. Whatever. I mean, win, lose, or draw. I don't want to say win, lose, or draw, but you know what I mean. If he wins the case, if he loses the case, they're still going to say, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus, thank God, something happened, something came true. It was real. It wasn't fake. It actually came true. Hallelujah. Hey, happy. That's that weird, special, kind of framework that we've built around everything, because that's what I think is the problem. That's what I think is faith is the main issue. Faith is because another person that died, Bishop Long, what's his name? Hold on, let me make sure I get it. Bishop Long. Bishop Eddie Long. It was alleged that he was twisting out these young boys, twisting them, stretching them back like chicken wings, as Mr. Troy Sarterain would say, folding them like chicken wings. And he just died. He died. I don't know what, I can't remember exact instances, but it was around the time he was accused of alleged sexual assault and impropriety. He had weight loss and he died from aggressive form of cancer. So he had enough sense to say, look, I'm not even going to fight this cancer, because if I fight this cancer and live, it's all over. Scroogle. Diddy it. Okay? We don't know yet. We don't know if he did. We We can't, jump to conclusion. We still have to go through the American judicial system. He's innocent until proven guilty. He's still in the system. He's in a detention center. We have to figure out, whether he in fact is guilty of these charges. He's innocent right now, but I want to see him go down. I want to see. I'm kicking a black man in the back right now. I've upped the black culture too much. I did a story on black women having to be targeted to get C-sections because it costs more for them. I did multiple stories on black crimes and around the areas that I wrote in the area where I live in Wilmington, Delaware. I wrote that, so I've been putting in work about saving black lives, start snitching and stuff like that. But it's a different day. It's totally different. I mean, but what remains the same is this faith stuff. We've got to get rid of this faith stuff because that's what I think is the thing. It's like everything is like hold your hands together, be quiet, only shout and joy and jump around like you're like something like you're psychotic. And then you come down off all that and you're like, what else is there? I mean, I want to have a party. I want to have a good time. I want to get drunk. I gotta get alcohol in here. Gotta have some baby oil in here. Gotta have all these different women in here. Maybe some men too. Pause. But that's the thing. It's like people are held back and put in a bubble almost. And like once they cut loose, it's like everything is everything. Everything is open. Everything is going haywire. Everything is going cuckoo. He did it, and I don't care what color his skin is. Exactly, Screw. I agree with you. I don't know if he did it though. I can only say he should be found not guilty. I always keep saying not. He should be found guilty. He is not guilty right now. He's innocent right now, but he should be found guilty. And I don't care if he was black, white, red, yellow, brown. Doesn't matter. He should be found guilty. But right now, he's innocent. Diddy is innocent. I can't wait for the day that I change this title to Diddy is guilty. We the jury find the defendant not completely guilty on all charges. That's what I want to hear. And he gets like a 60 or 70 year prison sentence or something like that. That would take him out. He's 50? Yeah, that'll take him out. No doubt, that'll take him out. That'll take him all the way out of here. So it's what it is. It's just what it is. It's reality. We have to accept that. We have to accept it as true. We have to accept it as faith, not fate. I don't want to say fate because that's like mystical, but the holy rollers that teach you to be like Jesus and walk in his footsteps and try to be him and everything like that. That's just it's complete horse, pucky. I'm trying not to cuss. Let me see who said Bruce Wayne's back in here. Good to go. I'm not so much worried about Diddy. Not nearly as much as I'm worried about men who worry about Diddy. Well, I'm not worried about Diddy either. I'm just saying that he needs to be found guilty. He's innocent right now, but he needs to be found guilty. Screw says, I have no idea what that is with the emojis. I don't know what that means. I'm a felon. I wasn't guilty of all the crimes I was charged with, but I pled guilty to avoid 10 years in prison. 3 years probation is better than prison. I would say, yeah, definitely try to avoid prison. You got to be smart enough to avoid prison. That's what you got to do. You got to be very wise. You got to be very thoughtful to avoid the prison bars, because you don't want to be with Fleece Johnson. Whoever there's Fleece Johnson's out there right now. He may be out on the streets, but there's Fleece Johnson's out and incarcerated right now, and they're waiting for fresh meat. Pause. I don't want to stray too far. Holy rollers, people of the faith, people of the cloth, people that are supposed to be looked up to as paragons of morality. That's what they're supposed to do. That's what they're supposed to be. So we have to look at it that way. We have to understand it in that sense. We have to look at that sense. They have the Bible, and they like to say, Men shouldn't lay down with men. It didn't say specifically. It doesn't say anything specifically about masturbation. It just says something about spilling your seed. It doesn't say specifically anything about rape. That's not one of the 10 Commandments, by the way. God didn't think of that. Thou shalt not rape. That's not one of the 10 Commandments. So, I mean, should you go out and... Is that why there are so many rapists and people that could accuse Diddy of being an alleged rapist? He wasn't charged with rape technically. He was charged. He has civil suits that are related to sexual assault, which can be construed as rape, and depending on whatever the case is. But yeah. So I have a quick break for advertisement. If you like to see sardines on the grill, if you like to see fried chicken to be exact, if you want to see reviews of near beer or non-alcoholic beer, go to BEEJACKSON on YouTube. Excuse me, B Jackson 5478. He's got a great sense of humor. I never met the man in person, but he's definitely one of the best people on the internet. He has a great style. So definitely check out BEEJACKSON 5478. B Jackson on YouTube. Okay. So the Holy Rollers, they will say anything and everything, because anything goes. Anything goes with faith. Like I said, the guy could be on the table with the lethal injection about to go into his arm, and they got the priest right next to him saying, like, go with God, my son. Like, you're gonna die, and even though you murdered 13 women and killed 6 little boys, and it doesn't matter. It's all right. You're going to a better place. It's like, you're going to hell, right? There is no hell, but there's only hell on earth or in this universe. And those are terrible conditions that you can't escape. That's basically what hell is. Horrific conditions that you can't escape or have difficulty in escaping. That's what hell is, really. And that's really only on earth. There's no such thing as the mystical idea of heaven or hell. There's only condition like heaven. Heaven are, conducive, environment, a great, excellent day or a different excellent environment and place where you're able to be. So the Holy Rollers, it's a syndrome. It's a set of behaviors that have been demonstrated by multiple people during this time period. And that's what's so sad and that's so sickening. It's because people don't realize that these people that are supposed to be, the head of all things that are of morality are really not. I remember when I was in the Marine Corps, they're like, "Oh, you got to talk to chaps. You got to talk to chaps. Talk to the chaplain about what? I'm an atheist. What do I need to talk to the chaplain about?" Let me see. Michael Steelman says, "Stop blinking so much. What the hell?" Thank you for letting me know that. Now I'm going to be self-conscious, because that's one thing I always am trying to be self-conscious about. I'm blinking because the lights are very bright, and I just blink a lot because of that. I just get to blinking. But thank you for showing me that, pointing that out. I appreciate it. Now tell 12 people about me. And I'll stop. I just close my eyes and just talk to the camera like this, like, or wear sunglasses or something like that. Maybe I'll start wearing sunglasses. That'll probably be a good look. But anyway, stick to the topic though, Michael. Stick to the topic. Thanks for pointing that out, but let's stick to the topic. We're talking about holy rollers. We're talking about people of the faith, people like T.D. Jakes that want to dip their toes in the morality of Jesus of Nazareth, and then dip their toes into the world, and want to have both sides. Just like people, he's not a man in the cloth as far as I know. Tyler Perry, he's supposed to be a holy roller in that regard, and believing in God and only saying all this stuff. But he has multiple films that would be almost demonic in a sense, that in a way, and There's people like Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey's definitely a holy roller in some regards. He represents for Jesus and God and everything like that and all that. And then he said he's gonna kick somebody's ass. Like, is that really Jesus? Is that? I know he turned over the tables of the money changers, but did he kick anybody's ass? I mean, there's a part of the infancy, the infancy gospel of Thomas says that he turned birds into clay birds into real birds. He killed people and then he brought them back to life. Like, it was just wild. You got to look it up. You got to look that up. Scholar, there are Bible laws and there are man-made laws. Keith, I disagree with you, sir. I supremely disagree with you. There are no Bible laws. It's because they're based on mysticism. There's like books of the Bible that deal with the law, like Leviticus and Deuteronomy, and even Genesis, I think, has some laws, and I think Exodus has laws. The first part of the Bible, the Old Testament, primarily deals with the laws of that. Bible laws from God supersede man-made laws. Well, that's what I'm saying. There are no Bible laws because there is no God. There's only laws and not men. We are a country of laws, but not of men. That's a fact. That's true. That's a reality. We have to come to grips with that. We have to understand that. We have to see, what is so real with that and so true with that. I know I'm blinking a lot. I know. It's these lights. You wouldn't be able to see me without these lights, but my eyes are crazy because I'm wearing contacts and it's wild. You just have to deal with me blinking, okay? Or winking. So these holy rollers, they want to front like they're these superior, selected few by this mystical being, and saying that they know the truth, they know the way, they know the reality, they know what's the law is, what's true. And then they want to trick off. They want to do a little something else. Look at the Catholic Church. Just look at the Catholic Church. Whenever a father or a man in the cloth, man of the cloth, and the Catholic Church, he may touch a little boy or something like that, but they'll keep it quiet. They'll keep it quiet. The little boy won't say anything until he's 23, 30 years old. But the guy, the father, he moved. He was in Pennsylvania. Now he's in Seattle. He was in Pittsburgh. Now he's in Seattle right now, or he's in Houston. Because they switch people around like they do whales at SeaWorld. After a whale eats, or kills, or leads to the death of a SeaWorld worker, they get switched around. They go from, they're in San Diego, they go to somewhere in Orlando or something like that. That's what happens with priests. That's why I still am amazed how anybody's even a Catholic right now. How could you be a Catholic? How could you sit by and worship this non-entity, first of all, and then these alleged representatives of this non-entity, and still look at yourself in the mirror and still be able to go to sleep at night? I don't know. Scholar, are you familiar with the 10 Commandments? Of course I am. The Bible, 10 Commandments. Yeah, and they left out rape. God left out rape in the 10 Commandments. So you can basically rape anybody, and that's not going to be a problem. But if you have anybody before him or any graven images of God or idols, oh, no, that you can't do that. No idols before me. Oh, no. But you can rape. I'm not saying you can rape, but I'm just saying, hey, well, if you find somebody, I'm not saying in the 10 Commandments, but, just consider that. It's a fact. Look it up. Look up the 10 Commandments. Not one of them says, thou shalt not rape. None of them. None of them. So, I think that these holy rollers, it's part of a syndrome. Diddy's one of the one. He changed his name to Brother Love. It's all love. Everything's love. Jesus is love. God is love. All this, it's all love. And then he's pulling Cassie's hair around and beating her in the head and punching her and kicking her. Is that love? Is that love, brother love? Really? And you lied about that. Diddy lied about that. He said he didn't do it. And then when the video came out, oh yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I'm going to just plead not guilty. Let me plead not guilty to all these 3 charges and see what happens to me. See what happens. That's serious to me. That's cause for concern. Because he's building up the Avengers. He's trying to have a team like the 2024 Paris Olympics. He wants. I mentioned this before. LeBron, Ant-Man, Steph Curry, KD. That's what he wants. And will God be able to protect him? Will God be able to save him from a guilty charge on all 3 counts? Will God forgive him and forget it? What is the nature of our culture, our society? If we're allowing these holy rollers, these people, like in the song, are you standing like a soldier? Are you standing for everything you talk about? Are you standing for everything that you talk about? All this stuff you're talking about in the pulpit sounds hot. Sounds like, woo, he roasting it tonight. He doing it this morning. Oh, hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, my God. So great. I caught the Holy Ghost off of that word. But when he gets home at night, so is he bending little boys back like chicken wings? Is he touching them in their pee-pee? I don't want to get too graphic, but, it's just weird. It's just a very strange thing. It's a very weird, touchy, excuse the pun, subject. It's very rough and tumble. Very rough and tumble because we live in a faith-based ideal. We don't live in a country that is faith. This is a Christian nation. Says that in Article 11 of the Treaty of Tripoli. Read it sometime. You'll get a different perspective. I'll say it again. The Treaty of Tripoli, Article 11. Definitely check that out sometime. So I'm just saying how it's very tense. It's a tense situation because you have people that you start off when you're young. You get them while you're young. I was 3 years old when I first had any inclination towards Jesus of Nazareth or God or anything like that. And I was just like, okay, yeah, okay, well, I don't see anybody, but I don't hear anybody. I don't know anything about this. I can't smell him. I mean, that's what I always say too. I say, faith is the acceptance of ideas in the absence of evidence. So it never passes the smell test. So you should walk by smell, not by faith. And never passes the smell test. Never. You can say all the things you can say and try to do. Oh, let's see. Scholar, in today's times, religion is a hustle. Yeah, that's true. But I like to say faith. Let's keep it to faith, not religion. Religion today is big business and a moneymaker. Yeah, it's true, and it should be. It should be. It shouldn't. I'm saying it shouldn't be. But as it stands today, yeah, why not? Tax free, tax deductibles. You can write it off on your taxes. They don't have to pay taxes. It's a hell of a game. It's a hell of a game. That's what faith is all about. Because it's like the late great George Carlin said. He said, he's all knowing, all present, all powerful, just can't handle money. God needs money. He can do all these things. He's omnipresent, omniscient, omnipowerful, or omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. But just can't handle a dollar, He always needs money, no matter what. And that's the truth about anything. You can't tell me one thing that's not tied to money. It's impossible. Everything has to do with money. There's no, it just is a fact. It's just a fact of reality. Everything. There's not, name me one thing that doesn't have to do with money. And I'll stop. I'll stop this live right now. If somebody comes up and says something that doesn't do with money, I'll wait. While you're thinking about that, I'm gonna do a commercial. Spirit Smooth Tunes, SPIRITSMOOTHTUNES on YouTube. He's got a catalog of different genres: quiet storm, R&B, smooth jazz, and various genres like that. He's got artists like Peebo Bryson, Whitney Houston, the Gap Band, the Fatback Band, Marvin Gaye. He's got Luther Vandross. So definitely check him out. Spirit Smooth Tunes, SPIRITSMOOTHTUNES. Spirit Smooth Tunes on YouTube. Tell him that the Goofy Guy Scholar Saunders sent you. Okay. So yeah, it is a big missing money maker. That's what I'm talking about, the Holy Rollers. The Holy Rollers are not like, because like this is what's so goofy. This is what's so weird. There are legitimate men and women of the cloth. They're devoted to the word, to whatever mystical teachings there are, and they don't do anything heinous or crazy or out of this world that's terrible. They don't even do small little things. They don't even litter sometimes. They're very conscientious about sin and whatever it is. And that's what I think is interesting itself about, morality and faith and everything like that. At least faith, even though it's corrupt and wrong and completely devoid of a rational basis, it at least tries to say, there's a thing called morality and you should live your life this way. Even though it's false, even though it's not true, even though it's not real, there is no God. At least there's a sense that you have to say, I don't want to be a sinner. I don't want to do bad. I want to be a good boy. I want to be a good girl. I want to do the right thing. A lot of people get confused. They think, if I'm an atheist, I can do whatever the hell I want to do. No. Not if you're in a proper philosophy. If you have a philosophy like objectivism or objective hate, you will be more inclined to be a absolute moralist, complete moralist in every situation in your entire life, every which way, every kind of way you can think of. That's the way you have to view it. True, but very few what? Are you saying very few people that there are real? Yeah, maybe. But from what I see, it's just like, what's so sad about our ages and in the past ages too, I mean for millennia, is the fact that we had to subscribe to voodoo and mystical and things that just aren't part of rationality or reality. That's the sad part. That's the very sad part. And we have to realize that when you have these holy rollers that claim one thing and claim one thing and do another, or claim one thing and say another, and want to have both worlds, the best of both worlds. And look at him, R. Kelly, locked up. But anyway, like T.D. Jakes, he knew he wanted to be part of the parties. He wanted to be with Diddy, even if he didn't go to the parties. Maybe he was just with Diddy on certain circumstances and certain locations. Maybe he prayed for Diddy. Maybe he did something else with Diddy. I don't know. That's all alleged. I don't know. Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. Question, Skylar, where do people morals and values come from? From your conceptual integrations. That's where they come from, Keith. Your conceptual integrations. your ability to isolate different parts of reality and distinguish them and say what they are and what they aren't, what is and what isn't, what is true, what is not true, what is good, what is evil. That's the conceptual integrations that you make, not based on God, not based on anything mystical or anything outside of the realm of reality. It's everything that has to do with the conceptual integration that goes on in your own mind. That's where morals and values come from. So it's very it's sad. It's just sad. It's just sad that we're in this position. But I think, I'm always the optimist. I'm the hopeless optimist, I guess. Different trials like this, and the declining number of people going to church, but still spiritual. You have to. They make that distinction. They say, I don't really go to church, but I'm spiritual. I still believe in Jesus. I still believe in God. I just don't go to church that much. I read the Bible, but I don't. I don't really. I mean, I go online. I see some services sometimes. That's where we are. We're at a tipping point. We can grab those people. Pause. we can get their attention, and truly find that to be amazing. Because if I flipped in 19 years old. I flipped. Took me 16 years. Like I said, I started at 3 years old. Took me 16 years, all the way up to 19 years old, where I said, "Whoa!" I read Ayn Rand's "The Virtue of Selfishness." That was the cutoff, because it was everything was like in the row. I think I had reason, but I didn't have individualism. I had reason, but I did not have individualism. I think I understood, right from wrong, what was good, what's bad, what's good and evil. I kind of understood that the differences. But at this time, I read it, 19, The Objectivist Ethics. I mean, it just blew my mind away. Just completely knocked the hinges off. I mean, I highly recommend it. The Virtue of Selfishness by Ayn Rand. Ayn space Rand. Ayn Rand. And and what's so scary is I was like hiding it. It was like somebody that was I guess part of the LGBTQ community, which I'm not. I'm completely straight. But I liken it to that, because it's like they probably had to, say one thing and not the other, and because I would say I would actually lie. I lied. I was like, why aren't you going to church? I was like, I'm sick. I'm sick. I can't come to church today. And it's like, I'm looking back now, I'm like, I thought I said I'm an atheist and I don't believe in what you believe anymore. Done. Like, could have been that. But at the time in my mind, I was like, how can I break this down to them and let them know and show and let them see that I am not of the same idealism anymore. Hemp Lord, yo Scholar, what's up? Hey man, what's up is if you tell 15 people about me, that's what's up. Tell 15 people about me. That'd be what's up. But yeah, so it took me a long time. Even when I was like 19, I was like, how am I going to tell my dad? How am I going to tell my sister? What am I saying? They're deep in the church. I was deep in the church. I was a youth choir director. And you might say, oh, yeah, that's nothing. No, you have to be saved. You have to be saved. That means you have to be under the blood of Jesus. Then you have to be baptized, which is further in the fold of Jesus. Then you have to go to new members classes, Bible study. Then you got to be voted in the youth choir. Then you got to be in the youth choir for a little while. Then you got to be voted the president of the youth choir. So there's a long, string of things that happens in all this. So don't think it's just one thing or the other. It's a strong way of viewing things. Very strong way. Champfist, I answer questions now. I don't care. Do Do you believe this title you have on here? Of course, I wouldn't. If I didn't, I wouldn't have put it. But you have to understand the context. The context is that he is literally innocent. I think he should be found guilty, but he has not been found guilty yet by a jury or a judge or anybody. I don't think the judge is not the one that counts him as guilty or not. But he is innocent in a detention center right now. He's innocent. It's weird, but it's true. You're innocent until proven guilty. Now, if you want to ask about Japan, ask Keith. He's HARUMI. He's the red. He's the orange H. He's got the white H and the orange circle. Ask him. You know, he'll tell you that you don't want to get in trouble in Japan. You don't want to get in trouble in Japan. They have one of the highest conviction rates in the entire world. It's like 98%, something like that. So that's just facts. Real facts, no filler. But yeah, so I just have to say, you know, come out wherever you are, all the atheists that fell from a star or fell by a star. I mean, I have to give him credit too. Star is the one that started it. He brought me to the dance. If it wasn't for Mr. Troy Star Terrain, I wouldn't be in the same position I am now. I would never have gone into the Marine Corps, I don't think. I would have never gone and looked up Ayn Rand. He started it. He embedded in my... I first had heard it when I was 15. When I was 15, I heard Ayn Rand's voice. And I was like 16, and I think I saw... Or 17, and I think I saw The Fountainhead on TCM. And I was like, well, okay, this is interesting. This is kind of heady stuff. I mean, especially with the speech at the end, because I don't think they edited that part. They edited other portions of the movie, and she was really pissed at that, and she was about to walk off and take her name off the film. If they didn't keep the final speech intact. So why are you getting retracted, Keith? Watch your mouth. I want to make sure you're on here. But anyway, yeah, so by the time I was 18, I was like, I'm moving closer to atheism, but I don't know how I can do it. I don't know the speed at which I should do it. And it wasn't pretty. It really there was like some shouting matches. There was a lot of, you know, I ran away. I actually ran away from home. I was of age, so it wasn't like there was like, you know, anybody looking for me from the police or something like that. But I ran away from home, went to a relative, and the last day I spent the night over there, and then I told them, you know, yeah, so I'm an atheist. They're like, what the hell? They're like, what the hell? It was like, it's just that deep. It's serious. Keith says, true, Japan have a high conviction rate in their court system. Very much so. I had to do the research. I did the research. Japan doesn't play. And I'm sure other places around the world, Saudi Arabia, Iran, North Korea. I mean, you don't want to get in trouble. Russia, we've seen all these people either died or, you know, had psychological trauma from being detained. It's real talk. It's real talk. But these holy rollers, I'm just focused on them. I'm focused on these people that say hallelujah and thank you, Jesus. If you have a dollar, make sure you turn that into $5. If you have $5, make sure you turn it into $10. Can I get a twin? Like really? How do people even understand that? What is that? Marable? Oh hell no. Yeah, but that's what it's like. These holy rollers. Like I wouldn't put it past, I don't know how many people I've met, but you know, especially like in the Catholic Church. That's what they always talk about, because it's mainly white people. It's mainly white people in the Catholic Church. Mainly white people. There are black people in the Catholic Church, but there are also white people too. So, Himmler says amen. But Yeah, I was watching a video of a lady that she was just like, oh, $5. If anybody has $5, just come up and bring it to me. And then you have $10? Yeah, anybody in the audience, anybody in the congregation who has $10, just bring it up to me. I'll put it up for the Lord. I'm paraphrasing. Oh, you have $20. Oh, you have $50. Oh, you have $100. Anyone with $100, make sure you check that out for me. Make sure you do that. All right, this is my advertisement, my sponsor. Twitch.tv/.focus. That's DOTFOCUS_.focus. Check him out. Make sure you get him to be that you're a participant of his first person shooter game, Call of Duty. It's right on Twitch. You can look at it for free. I think I didn't have to pay for it. I used to watch him. I still watch him a few times a week, a few times when he goes live. Definitely check him out. He's great with the rifle. He's great with the sniper rifle, and it's just good fun. He's not going to shoot up a church or a theater or a school or anything like that. It's just a game. It's nothing like that. So check him out. .focus_. Remember that. You do not think correctly. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. What is this Sunday service? That's a good one. That was good. Ain't nobody got time for a video game. Champ Fisk is hating today. I like this. Thank you for the hate. Yeah, this might be my Sunday service. All donations are welcome. My Cash App is $SKYLERSAUNDERS1. My Venmo is at Skylerize. That's at SKYLERIZED. And my PayPal is paypal.me/SKYLERSAUNDERS. So I'm looking for money. I'm the one looking for money because I earned it. I know what I'm saying. I'm not going to talk outside two sides of my mouth. I'm telling you the straight dope. What are you going to do with these tithes? These tithes are going to the MacBook. This is to the building foundation. This is for the building fund, as they like to say in Baptist churches. This is for the building fund. No, seriously, it's for my MacBook. My MacBook is outdated. It's over a decade old. It still runs pretty quickly, but it has a disk that's not updated. So I need to update the disk and just get a new one. I don't want to get it repaired. Dr. Umar Johnson, Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey School Academy for Young Black Boys. What are you building? No. I was just joking. I was just giving you a metaphor. It's like when churches had that building fund that's been going on for the past 30 years. So that's gonna be my MacBook. Hopefully it's not gonna take 30 years to get a MacBook, but they had that building. Y'all don't forget about that building fund. And remember that building fund we got going on, and just be as generous as you like. I can see pastors across the country saying those exact words. We have a gymnatorium. What is a gymnatorium? A gym in an auditorium? Yeah, so it's very real. It's very serious. Umar has one. I didn't know he had one. I didn't even realize that. But I always get him mixed up with I get Umar Johnson and somebody else mixed up. I can't remember that. I don't. There's always somebody I mix him up with. Can't even think of it right now. But holy rollers, getting tax-free money, eating high off the hog, ain't got to do much. There are people that have to, that especially in the mid 20th century, they had extra jobs, and I bet there are some other pastors that do that as well. Pastors have side jobs, do plumbing on the side, electrical work, teach on the side, are hairdressers. I'm sure there are multiple pastors. Thank you, Romeo Gutierrez, The Grind, sending you in from Keep It Real, G. Absolutely. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you and respect. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So So this isn't gonna be one of my high performing shows. It looks like this isn't gonna be a high performer because in the low 11s I was up to like 110 yesterday, and I got 8,000 views. So that was the most I ever got. Besides the time before, it's grown in the rebroadcast land. It was at like 8.8 when it was first released, and then it grew up to 9. But this one, yesterday's one was the furthest I've gotten in terms of viewership. So I appreciate everybody in this chat room. I thank you. Is it really in Wilmington, Delaware? I could probably see it then. Yeah, I will see it. I will go there. I know. I heard he visited Wilmington before. Wilmington, Delaware. Who's Jay Morrison? Talk your talk. Yeah. Thank you, R. Williams. I salute you. Salute. I only tell the truth. I'll shut up when I start lying. Oh, mix up. No, not Jay Morrison. No, somebody else. I can't think of the name, but I'll be like, oh, is that Dr. Umar Johnson? No, that's the other. I can't even remember. So, I guess that's a good sign. Chant Fisk, a criminal. Jay Morrison is a criminal. I gotta look up. I have my MacBook right now. Jay Morrison. Streetwise skills he learned. Okay. Jay Morrison soon built a devoted client base by applying the streetwise skills he learned as a youth. His genuine transparency and integrity struck a chord with his clientele. His strong financial skills aided his success. He quickly accumulated net worth of more than $10 million. That's pretty strong. Probably coming from the street. Look at this. Public figure, believer, Isaiah 61:7. What is Isaiah 61:7? Listen to this. Listen to this. This is for all the holy rollers and the ideal. Instead of your shame, you will receive a double portion, and instead of disgrace, you will rejoice in your inheritance. And so you will inherit a double portion in your land, and everlasting joy will be yours. Hallelujah. Okay, criminal. Jay Morrison, the real estate mogul, okay? A con man turned preacher. I hope he goes to trial because I'm here for the bullshit. Okay. The $10 million came from crowdsourcing funding. Okay. Luke 19. Let's see. Let's look at it. What's Luke 19 look like? This is the Sunday. This is the Scholar Sonner Seeing Sunday service. If you can say it all at one time without a lisp, then you're all right. If you say it with a lisp too, that's fine. I don't care. Okay, this is long. Okay, here it is. Zacchaeus, the tax collector. Okay, this is where it gets deep, kids. Jesus entered Jericho and was passing through. A man was there by the name of Zacchaeus. He was a chief tax collector and was wealthy. He wanted to see who Jesus was, but because he was short, he could not see over the crowd. So he ran ahead and climbed a sycamore fig tree to see him, since Jesus was coming that way. When Jesus reached the spot, he looked up and said to him, Zacchaeus, come down immediately. I must stay at your house today. So he came down at once and welcomed him gladly. All the people saw this and began to mutter, he has gone to be the guest of a sinner. But Zacchaeus stood up and said to the Lord, look, Lord, and here now, I give half of my possessions to the poor, and if I have cheated anybody out of anything, I will pay back 4 times the amount. Jesus said to him, today salvation has come to this house, because this man too is the son of Abraham. For the Son of Man came to seek and to save the lost. So you got an atheist talking about Luke 1941? That's what you want? 19 through 31? We can do that. Are you sure 19 through 31? Because it's kind of chipped. It's kind of. I'll do it. His master answered, you take charge of 5 cities. Then another servant came and said, sir, here's your mina, or mina. I have kept it laid away in a piece of cloth. I was afraid of you because you are a hard man. You take out what you did not put in and reap what you did not sow. I think that's where that famous line, you reap what you sow, comes from. Then he said to those standing by, take this mina away from him and give it to the one who has 10 minas. Sir, they said, he already has 10. He replied, I tell you that to everyone who has more will be given, but as for the one who has get nothing, even what they have will be taken away. But those enemies of mine who did not want me to be king over them, bring them here and kill them in front of me. Thou shalt not kill. That's 1. Enemies, you're supposed to love your enemies. That's 2. This is crazy. Going to 31. We can go to 31. After Jesus comes to Jerusalem as king. After Jesus had said this, he went on ahead, going up to Jerusalem. As he approached Bethphage and Bethany at a hill called the Mount of Olives, he sent 2 of his disciples, saying to them, go to the village ahead of you, and as you enter it, you will find a colt tied there, which no one has ever ridden. You untie it and bring it here. If anyone asks you why you are untying it, say, the Lord needs it. See, I'm going too far now. They said the Lord needs it. That's it. That's all I'm reading. I just read the right verse. I just read 16 through 30, 19 through 31. What are you talking about? I read Luke 19. I read Luke 16, 19 there. That's it. That's all I got. Hit your Cash App. Hit your PayPal. Yeah. Definitely hit the Cash App and the PayPal. I appreciate it. I'm building off of non-taxable money. As long as it doesn't go over $600 at a given point, I'm good. My vocal.media, if you want to read my writings, I'm probably going to read my writings on air and watch the numbers dwindle even more than they already have. Yeah, I did verses 19 and 31. I just finished up 31. It was the Lord needs it. That's it. That was, if anyone asks you, why are you untying it, say the Lord needs it. That's Luke 19. 19, 16, and 31. I did it. But anyway, Chump Fisk, if you want me to read any more, you're going to have to say, I said the chapter. You said Luke 19 through 1931. But I need those dollars, Champ Fisk. It's cute when you say all this stuff about the chapters and the Bible, the book, chapter, and verse. That's all cute. But I need dollar signs. That's all I'm doing this for. This is the whole point. Not a lot of people will admit that. They say, I'm not in it for the income, I'm in it for the outcome. Well, I'm in it for the income. I'm definitely in it for the income. No question on that. And I just got a donation via PayPal. And I'm really happy about that. Mr. Okay, so I'm transferring money right now as we speak, kids. Just to let you know. I'm getting that money, just in case you didn't know. So that's what's about. I wanted people to say that. They hide behind it. They hide behind the cloth. Everybody knows it, but nobody says it. That's the weird thing. They know it's for the money. They know it's all about the cash. It's about the dollar signs. That's what it's all about. I want anybody in here still that can tell me anything that's not related to money, because it's impossible. You will not find anything in this universe not related to money. It's impossible. He changed his name to Ifatunde. Dr. Umar Johnson, rich in real life. Yeah. They love the champion, the poor and the indigent. And that's the thing with the idea of a big holy roller, one of the biggest holy rollers of all time, Nobel laureate, Mother Teresa. She had a horrific life. Terrible, low down, degrading life. And she suffered and just had a terrible time. She made sure that everybody around her suffered and had a terrible time. She wanted the kids, like children, if they were sick, she wanted them to stay sick, or like if they got well, to not be too well, just not, not sick enough to die, but just enough to live. That's what she really enjoyed. You can look it up in her diaries. If you don't believe me, read her diaries. Her diaries recount all of this. That's how sick and disgusting this whole thing is. See, I agree. Or swaggy, rich, Jay Morrison. I never even heard of Jay Morrison. Y'all, see, this is the beauty of this show. Like I said, I'm not like an authority on anything, a goddamn thing. I'm stupid. But I get great amounts of benefits listening, reading your chats, because I get to learn who people are. I don't even know who Jay Morrison is. I have to look up Jay Morrison right now. See, he has 186,000 subscribers. He's earned the title of Mr. Real Estate by defying the odds, coming from an impoverished childhood that led to prison as a teen, to a multimillionaire real estate investor in the mid-20s, and a nationally recognized celebrity realtor and entrepreneur by his early 30s, the founder, CEO, and fund manager of the Tulsa Real Estate Fund, the first 100% black-owned and operated SEC regulation A+ Tier 2 real estate crowdfund in U.S. history, and the Jay Morrison Academy, an online wealth building institution and mentorship firm. Jay is making it his life mission to teach the value of wealth building, home ownership, and financial literacy to those who lack exposure to it as he did growing up. Okay, so he seems real nickel slick to me. He seems like a nickel slick kind of guy. Seems real nickel slick. Akon, A-Coin, A-Scam. Oh boy. Celebrity? Maybe in his mind. I never heard the guy, so maybe you could be on the right track. But he's got 186,000 subscribers. He's doing something right. He's got something going on in his life. But I definitely appreciate all the dollars I got today so far. It's not even over yet. I may just let y'all see the back, my Marine Corps blanket for about an hour or two, and come back and see what happens. See if it go up to 3 hours. I'm gonna try to get as many views as I can. But yeah, so the holy rollers, these holy rollers. All these people pimping in the pulpit, pimping that message, pimping the word. Continue to say all kinds of things. Back to Akon, A-Coin, A-Scam. What is this? What's going on, Keith? What do you have against Akon? What did he do wrong? Didn't he have $1 billion city somewhere in Africa, one of the countries in Africa? I can't remember which one he's. Let me see. I always say I gotta look it up. Look, I have a MacBook right here. Akon billion. Senegal. He has to. He's being forced to give up $6 billion city, Akon City, in Senegal. Anybody ever been to Senegal? Anybody ever been into Africa and or any other way? Let's see. Many criminals have that. Okay. You think Diddy gave up that bussy in jail yet? Maybe. Maybe he's like. Maybe they. I mean, you can have baby oil in prison. It's in the commissary. Well, and he's not in prison yet. He's in a detention center. But I'm sure they have, a commissary available. He might have some baby oil, and maybe he found a boy, and they're having a good time. Maybe. I'm saying allegedly. This is not all facts and truth. I'm saying it allegedly. Start reading the verse. Okay, you start reading the verse. You don't tell me on my show to start reading the verse. That's one thing. If you want to read the verse, you read the verse. I'm not going to be, okay, let me start reading the verse because you said, no. It doesn't work like that, sir. And especially since you haven't given no bread. You haven't given up any coin. Mr. Gutierrez, I think his name was, let me see. What's his name? Yeah, Romero. Romero dropped $12. Salute height. He dropped $100 on me. I didn't even realize that. If I didn't go to my PayPal account, I wouldn't have known about it. I'm getting money. I'm getting that money, okay? You know that money, okay? That's what it's all about. Everything is about money. Don't get it twisted. Philip Craner, show is crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. You haven't given up any pussy yet. Don't tell Scott what to do. I appreciate it, YouTube subscriber, but you ain't got to defend me, man. I can handle my own, man. And I don't do the bussy, so preach to me. What's the word, Thunderbird? Oh man, now this guy's back in the 60s. Cool, daddy, cool, daddy-o. preach the word, Thunderbird. Oh boy. I want to see P. Diddy toss Dr. Umar Johnson, Akon, and Jay Morrison salads. Well, that's the thing I learned about Chris Rock. And that's one of the things that I stopped stealing. I used to steal when I was younger. When I saw his special when he was talking about the tossed salad, man, I was like, you know what? Maybe that's not such a good idea to get caught up and go to and be incarcerated. I mean, I'm not scared to go to jail. Like I said, I wasn't scared to go into the Marines. And I wanted to go into the Marines. That's the difference. I wanted to go into the Marines, and I wasn't scared. But I don't want to go into the penitentiary, but I'm not scared to. That's the difference. So I appreciate all of this. I appreciate everything. So salute to Height. Salute to Real. Thank you, Real. Salute Real and Height especially, because they have wrenches. Salute to them. And there's too many people else that I have to thank. So I say to my two wrenches that give me $100 each. Height and Real. So I appreciate them. run more scary than being separated from my Lord and Savior for eternity. We are in eternity right now. We're in eternity. There is no other eternity. There's no other eternity, Philip. No other eternity. We're in it right now. To say that there is a God is like saying there's a letter before A. Just think of a letter before A. That's all you have to do. I know, Keith. I am wild. I'm crazy, but I'm telling the truth. Think of a letter after Z, or the Greek alphabet. Think of a letter before Alpha. Think of a letter before after Omega. There are none, and especially in the proper English diction alphabet and other languages alphabet, there is nothing before A, and there's nothing after Z. So why are we so worried about this next life when there's only this life? And this life that is so great and so grand and so wonderful and beautiful. All created things. Nothing is created or destroyed. Just like matter and energy. It's neither created nor destroyed. It just exists. Existence exists. Consciousness is existence is identity. Consciousness is identification. That's facts. That's the reality. So nobody can come up with a letter before A or a letter after Z? Is that what you're saying? You're saying that you're an atheist too? There is no God? And I think you meant to say if. And if we can't explain how it exists, we've already explained how it exists. It just exists. That's it. Why are you trying to find out? I mean, I can see in a scientific sense that you're trying to find out at the beginning. That's why they had the Big Bang. And they said about the Big Bang, they were like, they're more or less saying how, that's just not even really real. It's just a Big Bang theory. And then like in years, it became serious. They started taking it seriously. They're like, okay, wait a minute, we got something here. This is the real Big Bang. And they started giving it credibility. No, there is no I guess. That's facts. It's reality. We have one life. You have one go at this. You have one try. You have one shot. That's what Eminem said. Would you capture it or would you just let it slip? That's for your whole life. Of course, you're going to get more opportunities. If you have one shot, you not miss your chance to go. And you got multiple shots. There's going to be dozens of opportunities. YouTube subscriber. I believe all pussies created equal. You got to start sending in donations, YouTube subscriber. Then I'll have a wrench for you. You're starting to earn one. No, honestly, it's just because this is the question that has been asked for a long time, a very long time. And no if means I guess. Skylet. Uh-oh. Keith is getting drunk. He's got the sake. I'm talking about your Chris Rock story. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember he said, no, please don't send me to the tossed salad, man. Don't worry. No, don't have him scared straight. Just tell him about the tossed salad, man. That's all you need to know. The Fleece Johnson, something like that. Stay out of penitentiary. Stay out of incarceration. That's all you got to do. Just stay out of incarceration. That's all you got to do. All right, so I'm going to just let this play. I'm going to experiment. It's probably going to go down to 0. But if y'all tell 2 or 3 people or 23 people, it might work. All right, see ya. I'll be right back. This is just intermission. You had to cut the grass. You out of breath. Yeah, I'm out of breath because I was trying to get here so quick. I was trying to get here as quick as possible, just to see. It's just it's an experiment. It's at the 2:21 mark. I've never gone this late before because I just had an intermission. Went to the store, all American. Got some Valero gas. Went to get some items at Walmart. Went to the Dollar Tree. That's what it's all about. In this beautiful United States of America. That's what I did. But back to the lesson at hand. The Holy Rollers. If you just had a question who these Holy Rollers are, just go through any mega church, any television program, multicast, these big business churches, which I happen to agree with. I agree with big business churches because, like I said, they're all hustlers. They're hustlers trying to get a dime. I respect that. I may not like it, but I respect it. You don't love your enemy, you respect your enemy. How can I work for you and earn free promotion? I'm kind of cash poor right now. Well, I don't do free promotion. And I don't know if you can work for me. If there is some way that you can prove that you do screenshots that you put my show and my writings up on social media, then we can talk. If you can provide those in an email, my email is skyrlersaunders scholarssaunders@gmail.com. So you gotta listen to Big Crit 2000 and beyond. Big Crit was one of my favorite artists. I thought he was gonna really pop off. I had a feeling it wasn't because he's so countrified, but he has a great flow and he has great content. I remember when he said "stupid fruity pepper swag" or something crazy like that. I was like, okay, this guy's got it. He got flow, and he has good content. He's just not marketable. He's not like a Drake or like even a Jay-Z or a Kanye or a Lil Wayne or something like that. He's not marketable. He's not Eminem. He's not that marketable. But he probably sells out arenas in the South. I'm sure he does. He probably does pretty well on tour. Probably gets at least 50,000 a show, maybe 150,000 a show. I don't know. Didn't mean to rhyme there, but I did. Yeah, he fell off. He did fall off. I thought he had more steam. I really did. I really was looking for Big Crit. He had, what was it, Cadillactica? I'm looking up for right now. Before I look it up, I think it's called Cadillactica. One of his albums. Let's see. Yeah, Cadillactica came out in 2014. His first one was Live from the Underground. Then he had Cadillactica. Then Forever is a Mighty Long Time. Then Crit is Here. Then Digital Roses Don't Die. And that was 2022. So that was 2 years ago when he had that last album that was cut. Done tossing salad, Scott? Not literally. No, I'm just kidding. No, seriously, that's a good troll though. That's a good troll. I was out and about doing the store thing, going on errands, doing runs. I hope you enjoyed the intermission. Just the wall right there. That's the intermission. We got 4 people. We got 3 people in here. It's a party. It was a party those last 2 days. Yesterday night, especially. Yesterday night and Thursday night. Friday was kind of crazy. Friday was like 1.9 thousand. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to do it again. But that was like, man, I just switch up the whole, demeanor. And then you can, hone in on something and hold on to it. And that's when it just blew up. It just kept on blowing up and blowing up and blowing up. No, his industry album's trash. Oh, okay. His underground, fire. You think the industry is trash, Cadillactica? I didn't listen to all of it, but what I heard was pretty good. I think I heard Soul Food. I didn't listen to the whole album, but I think I heard Soul Food. That was pretty good. On Cadillactica. I think I saw the video. The video was pretty tight. And how do y'all know when I'm here? It's like it came up with 6 people. Did y'all tell somebody? Shh, don't tell nobody then. Don't tell nobody about the show. Maybe I have to do reverse psychology. Don't tell nobody. Don't say a word to anyone. Just keep it quiet. Shh. Keep it to yourself. Oh, man. So, yeah, but we're not talking about Big Crit. We're talking about holy rollers. The people that profess that they believe in the unknown and the unknowable, otherwise known as God. That's what we're talking about. Okay, so I want to do a channel reviewing shoes I own amongst other things. Okay, send me a nice donation and I can help you get started with that. I seriously will. If you give me a nice donation, let's say in the 3 figures, let's start at 100. Let's start at a buck. You give me $100, I'll set you up. I'll set you up, Wizards. Honestly, I'll show you how to do it. I'll show you how to do it. Just give me $100 in my PayPal account, Cash App, or Venmo, and we can get this thing cracking. Showing your shoes. That's like what a lot of people want to do. What they call them, finds or found, or hauls, and other things like that. You can do that. That'd be good. I was thinking more on the lines of 30. Well, get your weight up. Come on, I got my weight up. This is the business. I got my weight up. I made almost $300 this month already. It's not even the end of the month yet. I made like close to $300, a little over $300. It's not impossible. You can do this. You can do it too. You can do it. You can do it too, Young Thug. You can do it too, Young Thug. Black Cuddy, salute and respect. 50 for a year? Nah. I need 100 for the month. You give me $100 in a month. Join the Scholar Saunders 100 Club. Height and Royale are a part of the 100 Club. Both of them contributed $100 to the brand. This is my brand. Okay? My company. I'm the CEO of Scholar Saunders Seeing. I do not earn money from YouTube. I don't know. I have not earned a coin from YouTube. I can't. That's why I was trying to get my weight up with these Diddy posts, because I need watch hours and I need subscribers. All right, here we go. YouTube subscriber, spread pussy for more money. Playboy, Diddy voice. That was good. Okay, we'll talk business. I have to see the analytics, like Star said. Yeah, I have my analytics ready for you. I don't know how he packages it. He has a great package. Pause. He has a great sales package. Let me be specific. He has it in like sheet form, like it's it's a business, like it's like a real business. I don't know how to do that. I'm gonna have to ask him one day how to do that. Hey yo, exactly. He said, "Hey yo, pause, no slow mo." Oh, that's funny. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to hook up with the team, hook up with people, call Mr. Terrain, get him to, let me know how to get the analytics all organized into a great a great presentation. He has a great presentation of the various analytics, the different data that is available. But these holy rollers, claiming they love Jesus, claiming they love him, all about the poor. And don't make me take it back to Reverend Ike. Reverend Ike said what? What did Reverend Ike say? I'll give you 10 seconds. 10, 9. What is it? I'll give you more. What did Ike say? Reverend Ike say about the poor? The late great Reverend Ike. What did he say about helping the poor? What did he say? What did the late great Reverend Ike say about helping the poor? I'll tell you, since nobody's saying, okay, Reverend Ike said the poor have bussy too. YouTube subscriber, you're killing it, man. Thank you for the humor. I needed this humor. You have great sense of humor. But no, actually, Reverend Ike said the best way to help the poor is to not be one of them. That is the best way to explain how to be rich, how to get money. Why would you want to be amongst the poor? Why would you? There's no virtue in being poor. There's no virtue. There's nothing good about it. If you're poor, then you're poor. I mean, there's nothing. It's not evil. It's not, you're doing something. You're a bad person, or you're a corrupt person. You just may need to get a set of virtues that will gain you profit, get you gainful employment, get you a way to hustle. That's what's so beautiful about this country. I love those stories. But I gotta keep it on, these preachers. Reverend Ike was a holy roller. He had Rolls Royces, he had Bentleys, he had, mansions, or at least a mansion. Jesus Christ, the Son of God, not an actual God, right? Of course not. He was just a man. He is just a man. There is no God. You can claim anything. I can claim to be the Son of God. Anybody can claim to be the Son of God. But there is no God, so how can you be a son of something that there isn't? Like I said, it's like 1 divided by 0. It's undefined. It's non-definable. It's undefinable. You can't define it, and you don't define it, and you can't define it. There's no way to say that there's some kind of God or some kind of force that's beyond the bounds of reality. So these holy rollers, they got a thing. They got a thing for, being very hypocritical, really. They're very much hypocritical, because it's like Jesus didn't champion what should have been the productive rich. He didn't champion even the productive poor. He championed the people that were just least and lowest, and the lowest, on the lowest rung of humanity. Just because they were on the lowest rung of humanity, not because they had virtue. If they had virtue in the lowest rung of humanity, there's nothing wrong with that. But the reason why is because he took the people that were the worst, the thieves, the prostitutes, the lowlifes, the drug dealers of their day. I don't have a problem with drug dealers, but I mean, now I have a problem. In the future, when drugs are illegalized, I won't have a problem with drug dealers, because it's going to be like going to Walmart, and you're going to be able to get, fent and through the pharmacy. You're going to be able to get all kinds of heroin and coke and all you can want, as long as you're 17 years or older. He had powers, which means he was 50-50, half man, half immortal. Okay, if he had powers, what kind of powers? Like turning water into wine? Okay, so he's good for dinner parties. Okay, so he fed 5,000 with fish and bread. Okay, great. He's good at making lunch. All right, so Lazarus from the dead. Who said he was dead? Maybe he was just hungover and he had to just wake up. There's no way of verifying it. These are tales told centuries ago. So it's not like anything was caught on tape or anything like that, of course. We didn't have those benefits. There was no internet. So I'll just say it's a totally different realm. It's a totally different realm, that holy roller status. The ones that are and I'm not just saying, rich preachers. I'm saying holy rollers that, could be poor and just preaching false gospel, preaching as a prophet, saying and making profit if they're able. Some of them aren't. Some just fake the funk, really. If you want to put it bluntly, they just fake the funk and act like they're part of something larger than themselves. which in reality they're small-minded and they have no control over their reality. There's a chaos. There's a chaos because they have to deal with the fact that there's reality and truth, and in their mind there's some kind of mystical force that they have to obey, and it just tears their soul apart. And I don't mean that mystically. I just mean that your mind, your psyche, it's just ripped apart, it's ripped to shreds. And that's why there's so many people that are depressed. There's so many people that turn to drugs and alcohol because they know that they're living the wrong life, and they try to live a better life, but they can't do it because they don't have the proper tools. And that's how holy rollers act. Holy rollers, that's their favorite thing. Just like anybody, a lot of people pointed out, like Common pointed out in a song. He said, I'm like a preacher that once was a fiend or something like that. I think something along those lines. But that's the case. It's like mess up your life completely. Then, go through the steps, go through rehab, get a great job, get like a $60,000, $70,000 job at a rehab center or something like that. After you get a bachelor's degree or something like that, and you revolutionize your life. It's like they look at the ones that are so down and out. Not the people that are really struggling and trying to do well, and not take abuse drugs. I should say. I don't care about people using drugs. I'm talking about abusing drugs, and that means getting behind the wheel of a car too. That means abusing drugs. You're still abusing drugs if you're getting behind the wheel of a car. If you're intoxicated or under influence, that's still abuse. Who told you to hate your white guy? There's no hate. You can't hate something that doesn't exist. And what is the great white God but that whale? Moby Dick. Pause. The great whale. He was a great white God. If you watch that movie, the movie version of adaptation of Moby Dick, he says he's a great white God. That was crazy. But yeah. So it's all to the good, really. It's all to the good. I'll take your holy rollers. I'll take your holy rollers because they're not going to go away easily. They could go away within a few generations, I think, but they're not going to go away too soon. It's too much money out here. Too many people are blindfolded and deaf and mute, but they're really not. They can see, but they're blind. They can hear, but they're deaf. They're deaf because they can hear. They're blind because they can see, like Immanuel Kant said. That's the kind of philosophy that we're dealing with. Maybe you like mythology better. Nope. Mythology, just like Christian mythology. There's no. What do you mean like mythology better? Christian is mythological as well. It's the same thing. It's just Christianized. What is Egypt? What do you mean Egypt? Egypt's mythology? Egyptian mythology? I'll probably take them more so than anyone else because they worship the sun. That's something you can see and feel and know is real and works. It's just true. It's just going to be a fact no matter what. Sun's going to be there for all intents and purposes forever. At least for our generation, for our lives. It's going to eventually die in about 5 billion years, but we're not going to be around for that. So for all intents and purposes, like I said, it's permanent. It's going to be there forever. And I have 0 viewers. So you know what? I'm good. It's been real. I had fun. I'm going out. I'm going to see if I have at least 60 viewers. And I'm going to see you guys sometime tomorrow, probably around 6. Thank you very much. Take care.